Apparently, at some point, one of my all-time favorite guitarists, George Lynch from the bands Dokken and Lynch Mob, got his hands on a Hot Mod V2. George really dug the sound and what it does, but he had some ideas. So he and David proceeded to tweak the design and created a custom-voiced version just for George. The result is the Mr. Scary mod, and we're going to check it out. Hi, I'm Steve. Welcome to my studio. Now, George loved the original Hot Mod V2 Evo, but he had some ideas that he thought might make it better. For starters, where the original Hot Mod V2 features a switch between two preset gain levels, Mr. Scary features a gain knob that goes all the way from unity gain to full-on burn. And just as with the Hot Mod V2 Evo, a deep switch is included for when you want to add a little bit of low end, or if you're playing a guitar that might be a little bit thin, just flip this switch and it'll add a little bit of depth. Now with the deep switch off, low end is tightened and it serves as a slight bass cut for improved clarity. Flip it on if you're playing a guitar that might be a little thin, or if you want to just bump the lows up a bit. And just like the original Hot Mod V2, all the clarity and low noise characteristics have been retained. Now, before we get started, I am really proud to be affiliated with Sweetwater, and I've included my affiliate link down below in the description. Now, if you buy anything from Sweetwater, after clicking that link, I'll earn a small commission, and that helps me to keep this channel going. And while you're at it, check out my store right below this video, where you'll find a growing selection of fine nerd gear. Thanks. So let's give it a listen. In the last couple videos, I was using more old school amp designs. I want something a little more modern for this one, so I'm going with the MESA Boogie Badlander. This is the 100-watt version, so there shouldn't be any headroom issues. I did a full rundown of this amazing amp just a few weeks ago. If you haven't seen it, I'll leave a link down in the description, and you can check it out after you're finished here. Now, the Badlander can be a fairly high-gain amp. I'm going to start with the gain dial back to about 12 o'clock, so that way we'll be able to hear what the mod's really doing. That's a good crunchy tone. Now, let's hear it with the mod. Now, David Sabatos, the designer of the Mr. Scary mod, said that 1 o'clock on the gain knob is roughly the sweet spot and is also roughly equivalent in gain to the Hot Mod V2 with the switch in the down position. So that's where I've got it set. The tube layout of the Badlander makes it kind of hard for me to get to the mod without removing a couple power tubes. So I'm not going to be switching things around a whole lot. I'm just going to keep it where it is, which is the gain knob at 1 o'clock and the bass boost is on. And this is what we've got. So as you can hear, the drive has increased substantially. That's with the gain knob on Mr. Scary set at 1 o'clock. Now on the amp, I'm right at 11 o'clock. So we have got tons of room here. Also, the EQ knobs are all about 1 o'clock with the presence right about 10 o'clock. So let's see what happens when we push it further. That sounds incredible. And the gain's only at 1 o'clock, and it's already more gain than crunch mode on this amp will give you. Let's see how much more we can get. Wow, that's just amazing. All that gain, and it doesn't feel mushy at all. Now, one of the biggest benefits of using the Hot Mod V2 or the Mr. Scary mod on an amp that's already got a lot of gain available is that it kind of tightens things up, and it allows you to run less preamp gain in the V1 tube of your amp. And then you can replace that sustain and drive in the Hot Mod, which is in either V2 or V3, depending on the amp. It's V2 on this amp. So I think the sweet spot is probably the mod with the gain set around 1 o'clock and the amp between 12 and 1 o'clock. So I'm going to switch back to that. I am really liking this a lot. I've got a feeling that Mr. Scary is going to be living in this amp for quite a while. Now, just as was the case with the Hot Mod V2 Evo, the Mr. Scary mod really delivers. I love the ability to go from unity gain to scorch and everywhere in between with just the turn of a knob. To me, that is a huge improvement over the original design. Now, apparently using the Mr. Scary mod in other high gain amps is really popular, and I definitely want to check that out, but that's going to have to wait for another video. So as always, please like and subscribe and hit that bell icon so they let you know when I upload new content. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.